born and grew up in northwest Sydney, so a complete city girl, I guess, in some ways. My family had no agricultural background, and so for me, I guess the trigger for pursuing an agricultural career really came from my love of animals. And thankfully, my high school in northwest Sydney had a 4-hectare farm where they had all the classic, sheep, chicken, the whole high school farm situation. And I was really blessed to have some really fantastic ag teachers who really pushed agriculture, not just as a subject that was, part of the curriculum, but also as a potential career path. So we went to a few different agricultural camps, and we really participated in the Sydney Rural Easter Show, where we participated in the district vegetable displays, and through that just got to chat to a lot of people who worked in agriculture. And everyone I spoke to really loved what they were doing, had such diverse careers. And I guess from there, just as soon as Year 12 finished, started thinking what I wanted to do. When you've got to pick career subjects and university degrees, and just agriculture just really stood out as something that I was really passionate about, and there was so much potential for different careers, and went for it. Well, I completed a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with honours at the University of Sydney. I finished that in 2016, so a while ago. So I did my honours with CSIRO through a CRDC summer scholarship. So I got to spend about 10 weeks in Narrabri, based at the Australian Cotton Research Institute, looking at Helicobacter pest management and how they interact with Bt toxins. So absolutely loved my experience there, and it was just a fantastic learning opportunity. And through that, for me, I just met all these researchers and growers, and everyone in the industry was really passionate about what they were doing, and it was such an innovative industry. So from there, I instantly had my eyes set on cotton as a career path that I wanted to pursue, or industry, I should say. But also, I guess, a pivotal moment for me was doing all these work placements, like Elle was saying. Work experience placements, I think, for me was an integral part of the entire process at uni. I pretty much said yes, and I think harassed so many different companies and organisations to get a better understanding of what I wanted to do, because growing up, I guess, in the city and without an ag background, I didn't realise half the careers that exist for what they do today. Like, I didn't know an extension officer was a role, I think, until about my second year of uni. So going into my degree to coming out, there was just this whole wide world of careers that I just didn't know existed, and suddenly realised what they were. And I'm sure there's probably a whole heap of careers still that I'm not aware of. And I guess that's just agriculture, and like John was saying, the moving space that it is too. So for me, I guess going back to the research point of it, what I loved was how much research was going on, all this new stuff we were finding out. But for me, I found it was really important that it was getting back to the growers, and the research that we're looking at and the outcomes we're finding are implemented with growers. And then I had someone turn to me once and just go, "Oh, what you want to do is an extension officer, that's what you want to be." And so from there, I was pretty lucky that my university had an extension unit, so I got to learn all about the extension process. And so right now, with the Department of Agriculture and Cotton Info as a development extension officer with a focus on cotton. So largely what my role is helping assist growers and consultants of industry access information to implement and adopt new practices and information. So very much it's all about behaviour change and adoption. So a lot of what I do is based on communication, getting information and research into easily accessible and understandable forms of communication. So whether that be we're running workshops, meetings, classic developing fact sheets, or even just demonstration trials. So it's a career that I didn't realise existed when I was starting uni, but absolutely love it and adore doing what I do now. So I applied for my job. It perfectly timed the kind of role I wanted in the industry I was hoping to go for and work in. Came up just as I was looking for the roles, but I applied for my job. But I'd done a lot of work experience, I guess, with different research organisations that work closely with DAF and also Cotton Info who I work through, did some work experience with some regional extension officers there. And it was one of those things I guess a really important thing I found over my past 5 years and even at university was it's really much the networks you develop that I think help you and open your eyes to the roles, because I think a lot of the time roles come up and you're not aware of them, or just someone to kind of tell you that, did you know that role's available? Really helps. So my supervisor at university kind of just emailed me the job and went, I think this is perfect for you, and looked at it and just went from there. So very much the networks, and the job came up just as I was wanting something that looked exactly like it. So that's how I kind of, I guess, found myself in my current role and the role I started at uni or after uni. I'm pretty lucky in the cotton industry. We've got a really, cohesive and really connected network of people where a lot of people know everyone. And I guess I really tap into the networks there just as part of my role as an extension officer, because like John was mentioning, all these networks have so much information, and you can find out what's happening, and just things that people are wondering that you can kind of better prepare for in your own role. So I guess within our the cotton industry, we've got lots of cotton grower associations, which are networks of growers in different regions. We're lucky to have the Cotton Scientists Association, Women in Cotton, just all these different networks of just different, I guess, nearly groups of people or roles, as well as geographically. And then another one that I'd really like to tap into is the Future Cotton Leaders Network. We're just a bunch of, I guess, younger people that are all really passionate about moving the industry forward, and just really invested and really wanting to, really motivated to make change. And so they're a really great bunch of people to, I guess, kind of toss ideas backwards and forwards through. So very much lucky, and just all the information that you can have in these groups is just phenomenal. So a really great resource. Okay, so 3 skills and some attributes. So for an extension officer role, good communication skills, definitely a must. You're talking to people and writing articles all day, so definitely a must. An ability to build trusted relationships, really important for the line of work. And it does help to have an understanding of cropping, crop protection systems. But what I found within my role is, and I guess this probably moves on to attributes, I guess a willingness to learn says a lot about you, and people are always willing to give you a go. So if you're willing, have an enthusiasm and are passionate, and you're willing to ask questions, a lot of the things and skills and knowledge you can actually learn, as long as you've got the right attributes to want to learn. Having empathy also is a big one, and being able to relate to the people you're talking to as an extension officer is really important, because you spend a lot of time on the phone or face to face. So they're probably my skills, knowledge and attributes for an extension officer. We're lucky in that sense that we're a very technological savvy industry. So whether it's drones with beneficial releases, moisture probes, which allow growers to know when they should be irrigating their crops, so not too early, not too late. It allows them to apply water directly when it's needed. I guess from my point of view, from a comms perspective with extension, a lot of what we do now is podcasts, YouTube. We're very much into the digital space, whereas maybe 5 years ago most of it was just directly face to face, and we didn't really touch that space. So I guess in every way in agriculture we're moving forward, whether it's incrementally or major leaps, but very much I think we're all using technology to, I guess, ensure businesses are more profitable, sustainable, better for the environment. And it's just really exciting to see, because no matter who you speak to, everyone's using technology for some point in their job. And everyone's just got a really interesting story to tell as to how they're using it and also why they're using it. So I guess my advice would just be that I can't think of any other career and job really that allows you to, I guess, work globally, a common problem that everyone's facing is how do we feed and clothe a growing population? And it's just really, really meaningful work. And at the end of the day, you go home happy, loving what you do, and you're making a real difference in society, whether it's your local community or on a larger scale. But it's just that sense of fulfillment for me that I know that I just wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. And for reference, one of my friends just once said, "Why are you so happy doing what you do?" And I think that probably says a lot about agriculture as a career, that Monday morning I like kind of so